What's up, hungry people? Today we're getting our eat on at the Ohio Renaissance Festival.
Getting drunk in a medieval town while dressed like you've lived through the Dark Ages sounds like fun. You'll feel right at home at the Ohio Renaissance Festival. Nestled just outside of my hometown of Dayton, Ohio, it's a fantastical place that transforms into a vibrant 16th century town where echoes of the past meet modern revelry. Here, you can sword fight with your friends, toss tomatoes at jesters, and even cheer on knights jousting on horseback. For over 30 years, this small field has played host to one of the most immersive medieval experiences in the Midwest, bringing to life an era that, for most of us, is only found in storybooks. I have memories of this place from childhood, back when I was barely tall enough to hold a sword, but with nearly 2 decades between me and my last visit, it was definitely time for a foray into this land of fantasy. If you want to see more foodie festivals like this one, don't forget to subscribe to keep your feed fed and let the algorithm know that you want to consume my content. Literally. As we waited for our troop to assemble, we wandered through the main road lined with shops, each one a trove of unique treasures. Stalls are spilling over with handcrafted goods. Everything from trusty walking sticks to custom forged iron weapons. There's even leather work that smells like it's straight from the tannery, fresh and earthy. It's hard not to feel tempted to buy a sword on a whim. And in fact, I bought 2. After all, who wouldn't want a bit of medieval swag? With the group assembled, we meandered through the fair and grabbed a few stuffed pretzels to snack on, a necessity before diving into the pub tents. Now, the pub tents, they're the beating heart of the festival. As you sip on frothy hard cider, ale, or even mead, the whole scene becomes a little bit more vivid. Watching the costumes, the laughter, the random sword fights, it's as close as you'll get to actual time travel, with just a bit more of a buzz in the air. Once we were sufficiently fueled with some cider and ales, we had a laugh at the tomato toss booth. Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like, throwing tomatoes at the town fool, or rather an actor who's paid to basically take this abuse. Though I'm pretty sure for all the time we watched, no one was actually ever able to get a tomato to hit his face, but his commentary was still worth the watch.
Stand on the guy on the purple shoulder, you're making the 5'5".
Speaking of the best parts, as a kid, my absolute favorite attraction was the human-powered fair rides. These aren't your run-of-the-mill amusement rides. They're powered by people, so the thrill comes with a dash of trust in the operator. You've got spinning chair rides, swinging barrels, and even a live-action mermaid show for kids. The Whimsy Woods are a must-visit, especially for those nostalgic for a simpler, more hands-on type of fun. Here, travelers of all ages can best each other in a friendly sword fight, or in the case of the little ones, attempt to duel their siblings with kid-safe swords. From the woods, we headed to the infamous Wheel of Death to watch stunts by the wheel walker Ichabod Wainwright himself, who defies both physics and sanity. Watching him flip and spin on this massive wheel in the middle of a field definitely made us hold our breath a few times, but luckily, no disaster struck this time. After catching our breaths and watching a few more sword fights, we moved to the nearby Arena of Champions for the full armored joust. Now, this is the festival's crown jewel, so to speak. You can almost feel the energy shifts when the knights arrive, squires by their sides, and horses rearing to go. If you get there early enough, I recommend snagging a spot on the opposite side of the arena where the view is prime. Or if you're incredibly lucky, you might just score a seat inside with the royal court. Watching the knights clash with lances, feeling the thunder of the hooves, and seeing the armor gleam in the sun, it's no wonder this was medieval entertainment at its peak. With the joust over, we headed to the theater in the ground for a good laugh at the Mudde Show. 3 grown men make highbrow jokes, only to end up drenched in mud. When I was a kid, this whole act just basically seemed like fancy mud wrestling, but these days, it's a mix of slapstick and satire. And yes, it's just as hilarious as you're picturing. All this medieval revelry had us craving some serious festival food. I needed some buttery corn in my life, and let me tell you, nothing quite compares to sweet corn dipped in melted butter after a day of drinking. It's pure medieval bliss. As the sun started to set, we made our way to the main halls for music. At this point, the festival was starting to wind down. It only stays open till around 7 or so, but the vibe was still strong as the crowds thinned out for the evening. No visit would be complete without grabbing one of those infamous barbecued turkey legs. Though rumor has it that these aren't actually turkey, but ham? I'm still not sure, but once I heard it was ham, it tasted suspiciously like ham. So if you know the truth, let me know in the comments, because whatever it is, it's absolutely worth it. Before heading out, we decided we should eat a proper dinner, and the Middle Eastern food vendor was calling our names. We loaded up on hummus, meat, falafel, and pita bread, which absolutely hit the spot after hours of festival fare. With a few more drinks in hand, we made our way back to the entrance, making our last stop at the Feast Hall and Three Fools Pub. Live music, dancing, and finishing off the day with laughter, there's no better way to wrap up the day. While the 2024 Renaissance Festival season has officially come to an end, I'm already planning for next year, complete with a new outfit and solid game plan. I feel like we missed so much this year, and I'm just ready to go back. What foodie festival should I check out next? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this Out of the Kitchen adventure, don't forget to flip that sub button and ring the dinner bell to be notified of my latest recipes and foodie adventures that I post every week. Want to dive deeper into my adventures at home and abroad? Head over to thestarvingchefblog.com, where you can read more in depth and see more pictures from our travels. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next adventure.